Hey guys, what up? It's your boy Khan TDK, Mr. So Real. And in today's video, we're doing good or garbage. And I'm really actually surprised. I'm kind of happy to announce that this week's good or garbage is not all garbage. Kind of shocking. If you are a veteran player looking for something in that 229 268 range, you can forget about it. That stuff ain't coming. But if you are a new agent, or if you are kind of middle of the road agent, been playing for a while but not quite got all the best stuff yet, you may want to check this out. There are some good things that are going on in the base of operations. There are a couple small things that may be worth looking at in the dark zone. But if you have some Phoenix credits, burn a hole in. What? Lone Star.
Attention. Supply drops
Well,
have been claimed.
you can't win them all, but if you got some Phoenix credits, check this stuff out. Let's get going. Con TDK, Mr. So Real. Let's go. Alright, so looking at the special equipment vendor, the historian, of course, is not recommended. It is a 146 headshot damage, so we can pass on that. Now, for the beginner player, the new agents, and even the intermediate agents, this SAS G12 shotgun ain't bad. I kind of recommend this. This is a 233% stagger, but it comes with unforgiving, destructive, and brutal. So if you've been getting grieved in the dark zone and you're having some troubles, or if you want to take a good shotgun into the underground, look no further. This is actually pretty good. I'm kind of surprised. This ain't bad. Now this other one is garbage. Let's just skip past this one. This is some bullshit. Now, if you are a new agent and you are looking for a good primary and you're in the 182 bracket score, this LVO AC, which is one of my favorite assault rifles, has some pretty decent perks on it. It's got 19% enemy armor damage, which isn't the best, but it does have self-preserve, it has brutal, and it has ferocious. So if you're dealing with leveling up and trying to deal with some of those enemies in the dark zone that are the named or elite enemies, you can have a little bit more damage. You can also have brutal, and then self-preserve. Personally, I think it's a really good perk. The critical hits give you some health back, which isn't bad, so you may want to think about that. The rest of this stuff is not really all that recommended. The Hunter's Faith, nah, I can't deal with that. And this Predator's Mark, nah. Okay, so yeah, there's some pretty decent stuff this week for if you're kind of middle of the road or beginner agent. I recommend this SAS G12, and if you are a new agent, the LVOAC. Just make sure that when you get the LVOAC, get the proper mods with a lot of stability, because it kicks a lot. Alright, let's move down into the terminal and see what they have down there. Alright, so with the second special equipment vendor, of course you have the historian, which is garbage, even worse headshot. The MP5 I can't really get down with, even though a lot of people like the MP5. Now this first wave vector, if you don't have one and you don't mind using one of these, the stability is improved, so it's got great stability, and you have brutal, and you also have man, get out of my shots. This isn't bad. It's not great, but it ain't bad. This classic, skip all that. Now, for the newer agent, I would kind of recommend this Predator's Mark backpack. The only thing I will say is you may want to change this from electronics to either health or to firearms to help you out. But the skill power that comes with it is pretty good for a 191. That's not bad if you're a new agent. If you're a vet old school, girl. If you're a vet old school, agent, and you got a whole bunch of stuff, I don't really recommend it. But, for the newer agents, you guys kind of lucked out. This ain't bad. All right, so let's move on over. It's kind of busy down here today. And let's see what the special blueprint vendors have. So, of course, we have a lot of the 214 stuff. And most of the stuff you can just kind of look at and kind of pass over it. The weapon kits, if you haven't picked those up. And some of the older named weapons are down here. You have a black market AK if you need that blueprint. You got some level 32. I believe this is this level 30. This really? level 30? That's kind of lame. Level 32 firearms gear mod, if you need that, that's down here. And yeah, that's kind of about it. I don't really see too much down here worth looking at. But if you're a middle of the road agent or a new agent and you got a couple Phoenix credits burning a hole in your pocket and you got those things to craft this, then you may want to look into that. It may help you to level up a bit. So that is that. Let's go down into the underground where the people who paid that money can see what they got. Alright, in the underground, realistically, I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. I don't recommend anything in the underground just because the rank level requirement is so damn high. Now this enhanced PP19 at rank 40 is 229, but look at these perks. You have Provident, Fierce, and Hurry. Get out of here. You have the G36C. You have to be a rank 20 for this, but Adept, Commanding, and Focus, I don't think so. Another G36C 182 gear score. You have Ferocious, Self-Preserved, and Focus. Meh, not even all that great. The Paratrooper SVD, we have Trained, Stabled, and Decisive. Meh. If you're rank 40 and you're looking for those 268 gear score blueprints, you have the Firecrest knee pads and the blind knee pads this week. But really and truly, I can't really recommend any of this stuff because nobody's going to try to get to rank 40 or do all of the grinding for these missions. It's just not realistically something that people want to do. Now, if you are one of those persons that like to do it, then, you know, more power to you. But really and truly, there's nothing that stands out this week for the rank 40 people, so sorry about that. Let's move on to DZ and see what they have going on in there. In DZ2, for the newer agents, the best thing that I can see right now is this rank 25 163 gear score mask, and I really can't recommend that. The talents on it aren't that good at all. And a lot of this stuff is actually rank 90, which means that the veteran players and the intermediate players would have to really rank up just to get some of this yellow gear. And to get the 229 knee pads with health and rewards from accolades or triple, that's kind of garbage. I really don't recommend that. And these blueprints are still 204s. You can do better, guys. Yeah, I can't recommend anything in DZ2, so let's move on to DZ3, see what they got. In DZ3, looking at the weapons here, the lightweight M4 looks somewhatly appealing with the 22% enemy armor damage, but the talents on it aren't really all that great just because they're so difficult to hit all of the stats. Predatory is one of the hardest. Talented is not bad for increasing the skill power, but you just have to get such a high electronics, and Meticulous really isn't what's going on, and plus it's a 182. Can't recommend that or anything else that is being sold, especially the 229 gear score rank 90 weapon. The headshot damage on it is amazing, but with Trained, Commanding, and Determined, only if you're really running a skill build will this even be close to viable. Now for the blueprints, we have Valkyria as usual, rank 90. We have the MP5 ST, which is something that you may want to collect if you're looking to collect all of the blueprints. And then we have the Officer's M9A1. The only thing I can really say to even think about picking up if you're a collector is the MP5 ST. Other than that, not too much going on here, but garbage. Alright, so let's move on to the next vendor and see what they have in terms of the mods. For the newer agents, the only thing that I can really see is the advanced stamina mod with the health and the 1128 skill power. This could be really good for an agent that is just starting out or just learning to get around in the dark zone. Having that extra skill power could mean faster heals and better smart cover and better pulse. Also, you get a benefit of health, which is not bad. For the veteran agents or the middle of the road agents, you have the electronics gear mod and the performance gear mod. These are two mods that you can probably find in the base or you can find somewhere else. They're not something dire, so if you don't have the DZ funds or you don't want to risk coming into the dark zone to deal with this, you don't really have to. You can find better elsewhere, or if you're lucky, you might get a drop. Let's move on to DZ5, see what they've got. Okay, in DZ5 we have a rank 40 sight with 20% optimal range, 20% headshot damage. If you are a middle of the road player and you are magically rank 40 and you don't have anything better than this, then this might be worth looking at. If you are a beginning player, the rank 25 angled grip with 32% stability and 21.5% accuracy isn't bad. I would kind of recommend this if you are using an AR. It's really not that bad. And if you don't have the CQB SS scope for your headshot damage, then you may want to pick this up. This has kind of been a staple for a lot of people, so really and truly, if you don't have one of these, you should pick it up. The quick release I can't really recommend, but some of these sights and this grip, not too bad depending on where you are with your game, so not all garbage. Let's move on to DZ6, see what they got. In DZ6, again, we have a lot of the 191 gear score rank 30 alpha bridge set and nomad set with some final measure mixed in there for good measure. So we have the nomad gloves as well, and we have the blueprints for the 214 rank 50 gear set pieces, and you guys can pick these up. If you're in the middle of the road and you're rank 50 and you're looking to pick some of this stuff up, then to finish out your set, this might not be a bad idea, but really I can't recommend it at all. But for the beginner player, if you are a rank 30 and you need some 191 gear, this may not really be too bad. Some of this stuff will help you to get your build set up a little bit better so that you can start grinding out some of the harder missions for better gear. Remember, a lot of this stuff is stepping stones, so don't try to put all your eggs in one basket with a lot of this stuff, because it does end up being garbage in the long run. So just remember that whenever you get something, you want to try to upgrade as gradually as possible. It would be great if you could get a great big bump to up your toughness or your DPS, but realistically a lot of that stuff doesn't happen. So if you find something that you like and something that may help you gain a little bit more of something that you need, then go for it. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this week's Is It Good or Garbage? Thanks to everybody who's been supporting the channel lately. You guys have been really great when it comes to sharing the stuff that's been on Facebook and telling your friends and all of that stuff, leaving comments and chiming in. And my question for you guys is, have you filled out the questionnaire to see if you can go to Sweden? I know that I have. I did it this morning, so a lot of you guys sent me tweets and messages on the comments saying that I should go, and we'll see how that turns out, but I really appreciate all of you guys' support and help. So until the next video, this is Con TDK, Mr. So Real. I'm out.